I'm always a fan of a little bit of stupidity with electronics now and again, which would explain why my front room looks like some sort of Chinese sweatshop. This was a 32-inch Sony TV. I've been dumped. As it turns out, trying to power it up, the backlight works, the panel's shot. If I can show you here, let me bring it up into the light. The connectors here, you can see that, they have suffered the green death and died. So, that is a junk LCD. But, from junk always comes good stuff. Just sit down here on the floor. So, apart from fairly useful sheets of diffusers, the main backlight spreader, which is really cool, it's like 3 or 4 mil thick perspex with some sort of diffuse pattern, and you can see weird patterns with the camera on it. I'm keeping that because you never know, you might need it. Such things as a pair of little 1-watt speakers, fairly junk. But the main reason I have this laid out on a piece of LCD material, diffuser or something from the back, is because I'm going to be really stupid and put this plug in that socket and try and get this backlight to work. I'm not sure if this will focus. I may need to no, I'll have to look it up. I believe this is an LG board. It is actually an LG panel, even though it's a Sony TV. Here's the main board, which has water damage on the back of it as well. It's gone a bit crusty. And the Sony power supply board, which up the top there provides 24 volts to the LED driver. Here's the backlight. It's mounted on this steel strip. You can see the LEDs there. It's split up into 2 boards. Each board has 3 sections of LEDs. I haven't bothered counting them. The chip on the LED driver board, which I can't see the name of because it's so tiny. I think it's something like a BL... Oh, God. No, I can't read it. It's a 3262 or something like that. I'll put the part number in the description of the video. Is a 6-channel 400 milliamp LED driver, so it gets 24 volts from the power supply board and sends out 6 channels of LED use. Enough of me rambling about how I gutted someone's broken, dumped, water damaged TV. Plugged it in, turned it on, and my front room didn't catch on fire. It was the controls from the TV. Press the power on. The light comes on the IR board, and we should have backlight. Hooray! Oh, horrible flicker, of course, because it's being powered by fairly badly regulated 24 volts from a cheap board. But if I shine this over there, that is a seriously bright light. Let's just pop that down. For a comparison of how bright it is, let's turn it off. And my camera autocorrects. Anyway, yeah, this just switch that off. This random pile of junk, being a dump TV, has actually provided me with a really nice LED light. And some other junk. I'm probably going to rip the caps off of the boards and some of the connectors. Electronics recycling is great because someone threw this TV out. Someone else would probably chuck it in a skip. I know I've got a completely useless LCD panel, but I have useful materials in way of some of these diffusers. There's a white one here, there's a couple of sort of semi-see-through ones, and there's some form kind of lenticular film, which is cool. There's this big plastic chunk, which you never know, might come in handy, might find a use for it. Shitload of bits of plastic and metal to throw out, but I've got out of it some RCA connectors. There's more on the side, there's a USB, there's a couple of headphone jacks, VGA, I probably won't take the HDMIs off, they're too dense to do anything really useful with. And on the board, power supply board down here, you know, there's some nice Rubicon cap, there's rectifiers, there's a few chokes and a few other capacitors, and all of this wiring's going to be fairly useful. All in all, for the price of £0, I've got a completely working and rather nice LED strip, 2 LED strips really, and loads of spare components. You can't say no to that, and you never know, I might even use these little speakers because I have a tiny 5-volt USB powered amplifier board that may well work really well with those. So we'll find out. But anyway, there's my new lamp. I'm just going to leave this in the middle of the floor to work as a lamp in my flat for now, assuming it'll power back on. So, bright light, very nice. Anyway, thanks for watching the video.